Back at it again, making stuff out of junk. So that right there, we'll pull it up forward. This is the centipede locomotive I've been working on. We'll just stop it right there. That's the two shells that I chopped and glued together. It's gonna be a Pennsylvania train. Normally this would be a different type of locomotive, but I used what I had, plus I like the shock nose. So that's the shock nose. It's been cut. As you can see, the bottom section moves. It articulates. I put the steers, ladders on the trucks like the original Pennsylvania centipede locomotive had. It's got 8 driving wheels and 8 dead wheels that just pick up power, built out of AHM crap. I'll pull the shell off in a couple of minutes. I got tape and stuff holding everything together, the weights and whatnot, and then I'll show you what's going on. But we'll take it for a spin. It'll run on 18-inch radius. I only have a couple 18-inch radius on the center loop right here, which is going to be a rail yard, but it will run on there. It will slow down and it'll look awful, but it will do it. It slows down in the turns a little bit on the 22s that are over in that corner, that far left corner, but it does run. Probably have to clean the wheels again. I got a little bit of baking soda and glue on them. But we'll run it. Slows down a little bit in the corners. Not too dramatic. You'll be able to see the how the front end is articulating. We'll stop it right there and we'll zoom in so you can see what it looks like. See how the upper portion of the shell is swinging over. That bottom truck sways from left to right more than the than the brace that comes off the powered truck. That way there's plenty of movement on there. I sort of copied some of the design off of an actual HO scale locomotive I saw running around the track. I could tell what was moving and what wasn't. I watched the video a few times. I downloaded some images of the actual locomotive and a few images of a HO scale. I think it was an MTH. Obviously, like I said, the shell is not the same. The original one looked like almost like a EMD or something. And it had a big hump on the roof. It was kind of actually ugly looking. The nose was swooped down. This one swoops in because it's a shock nose, which I like better anyway. So I figured I'd make it the way I want it. Shock noses are pretty popular. I like them. It was actually the first train I ever had when I was 7. It was a shock nose. So it runs pretty good. I still got to work on the slow speed. I got the rear truck is binding up a little bit. I'm gonna take all the gears out and clean them. There's either baking soda or plastic in one of them or something, I don't know. But it's very quiet. especially considering it's made out of garbage. You can see the front end articulating right there. Not bad. The slow speed is a little jerky. That's about what you can get out of it for slow speed. It could do better than that if I can clean up the truck. Anyway, we'll back this thing up and we'll pull the shell off of it. Alright, so what we have here is here. Alright, so we'll use this as a reference. So as you can see where I cut it compared to the other one. I took a little bit off here so it doesn't hit nothing, and kept the steps lined up. And then I glued stairs to the truck so they line up. The MTH model, I saw one that had stairs on it, one didn't. I don't know if the person that owned it broke them off or what. These wheels are, these two are powered, and the rear two are powered. These ones just free spin, but I did put pickups on them, so they pick up power. This picks up power from one side, this picks up power from the other. It's not pretty, it's still in, test phases, but you can see where I bonded this piece to the nose. That's all crazy glue and baking soda. This section here is a piece of metal that's bent and rolled over to give it some strength. That's bonded to the truck. And then from here forward is plastic that I heated up and bent it in the shape that I needed. These trucks have been modified to be longer. They work pretty good. It's a little ugly when I pull the shell off here because everything is just taped in place. I got a piece of lead in the front, piece of lead in the back, because that's where the powered wheels are, in the front and in the back, so I wanted the most weight there. And then of course the piece of lead that came out of another AHM, I don't know what that came out of, but I put it over that. That straddles over the motor, so it doesn't interfere with the drive shafts. And I just got it, they got the masking taped in position right now. This stuff needs to be cleaned up, but so what we got here is this truck swivels. You can see it. It's got separate movement from the whole section, which this kind of sits. This kind of looks like GG1 setup, if you can compare it. See how the GG1 has this piece coming off that holds the front truck, and the front truck just kind of rotates on it, doesn't really swivel from side to side, it just turns. Well, mine swivels. But that's basically what I copied, was the piece from the GG1, except I used metal and plastic. The front truck and the rear truck are the same. So that's sort of kind of what I did. To get it to move, to get it to be able to operate on 18-inch radius turns. Not that I ever operated on that, but I wanted to make sure that it would operate on, especially where it's going I kind of got like these switches that zigzag a little bit. I don't even know if it'll make it through one of the switches. Why don't we just try it? And then we'll, excuse me, we'll call it a night. Yeah, I see him. I'll bring him down when I come down. I'm kind of filming a video right now. I'll bring him down. He's just coming up, see what I'm doing probably. That's my cat. Alright, so we're going to switch this track. And we'll see what happens here. What the hell's going on here? Sorry for the interruption. I had to go stop my cat from destroying something. Anyway, let's see if this thing will make it through the switch. It probably won't. It still needs a little bit of work, but we'll run it anyway. Yeah, it derailed. I don't know what derailed, but we'll try it again. We'll try it again. No, the front truck's coming off the track. Anyway, it needs work. I don't know. The front truck's lifting up off the track. To be honest with you, I don't even care if it goes through this. This is two 18-inch radius turnouts, which is really going to put a lot of stress on the movement, on the drivetrain on this thing. It's just way too much. The fact that it even runs on an 18-inch radius turn is insane. Let's see what it does over here. Let's see if it'll make it through this turn. Probably not. Oh, I didn't switch the right one. I'll just do it manually. Yeah, I made it. Stalled out though. Yeah, I made it through that one. That was a miracle. Anyway, that's it. That's the update. It's not pretty, but it runs. Actually, considering what it is, it runs pretty good. Just show back on it here. Inside this shell, I got some, I don't know what you want to call them. I glued some pieces inside. So when you plop it in it, it touches the plastic frame that has the, the edges on it. So it can't, so it's sitting straight and it can't, drop down even more than what it is. I think that's actually what's hitting on that turn is the bottom of this nose might be a little low. I might be scraping. But it looks all right going around the rails. I had a wire hanging out of the back of it. So that's what she looks like. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. Everybody, have a great Christmas. Thank you for watching. And hopefully you'll hear from me soon.